What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got boulder divisionals, and yeah, this was probably one of the hardest competitions that I've ever competed in, so let's just get right on into it and I'll show you guys how I did. Alright, I started out on this black and red one here, and first thing I was kind of thinking when I came out was it didn't actually look that bad, just a little confusing at the top, which I would soon find out was very true. And yeah, it starts on this like cool press, and you have to kind of like traverse over to the left on these volumes and like small crimps, but the crimps are pretty good because they're still in cut. And then you get your right foot up on this like small volume here, and then you do this kind of big move up left hand to this like big red sloper, and then you have to like do this big high foot, and I'd kind of like tried to go right hand here, just I don't know why, but I figured that wasn't the beta, and I went left hand instead. You have to kind of like wrap your hand around it, and then I managed to get a high heel hook, which a lot of people didn't actually do, which I thought was interesting because it made the move a lot easier. And then, you know, I got into the 10 zone here. I was pretty happy to have flashed it to there, but when I came out and like looked at the climb and I was brushing it, I like didn't see the last hold, which was like very high up on the back of the volume. You can see I'm like trying to reach for something there, and I like try and match the volume because I just didn't see the hold at the back there. But once I fell, I went down and like looked, and I was like, oh, there's a hold there. Like I should have seen that before I tried that, because then I probably could have flashed the climb. And then yeah, I knew where the hold was this time, but I think I was too much in my shoulder on the right hand, and I just like couldn't go up anymore to get to the hold. And yeah, I was just wasting energy, and kind of sold the bag on this one, because by this point I'd like rushed a few attempts and I was running out of energy, and I just like ran out of time on this one. So at least a flash to the 10 zone, but no top kind of sucks. Moving on to my second climb, I got kind of like flash pumped on that first red one, so by the time I got to this one, I was like pretty pumped, which is a sign that I need to train more power endurance. But yeah, coming out to this one, I knew that this one was going to be like the super physical and hard one of the round, so I figured like flashing to the 5 zone was pretty important. And yeah, because I just had like no idea what to do here, and you know, since I was kind of pumped, I didn't really want to climb this climb. I was just trying just because I had to. But yeah, the pump eventually started to go away a little bit when I like ran down the clock a little. You know, I took some time to like shake out and breathe, but I just didn't really know what to do. This like part at the lip here was like super confusing once you get to this big like green sloper. Like there wasn't a whole lot of feet, and I just wasn't really sure what to do, so I just kind of like tried a few different things. And then on this last attempt here, I just kind of had the weird idea to try and go feet first. And it didn't feel terrible, but I just like should have matched the 5 zone before going over, and then I think I could have made it a little farther. Coming out to this slab is this like the traverse over to the big circle wasn't that bad. All the feet were pretty good. And I really wanted to see how well I could do on the slab this time, because I really try and train hard on slab, and I really want to be good at it. And yeah, but this slab was kind of weird, because this big like circle sloper, I managed to, you know, flash to the zone, but then they like take away the foot chips on the volumes, and their volumes here are like pretty slippery. And like intended beta for this climb was like you had to like use your fingernails on the side of the macro, which is like super painful, and it kind of sucked. But yeah, I really wanted to top this one because I knew I definitely could, but it was just like super technical, and I didn't like having to use my fingernails, so I wish there was like a different way to do this climb. But I had a pretty good first attempt. I managed to kind of, you know, get my right foot over onto this next volume, but I don't think I weighted it enough, and it just kind of like slipped off. And then on these next couple attempts, I think on this one here, I should have probably like taken a little bit more time to kind of like relax on the wall and think and like slow it down, because I feel like I was kind of trying to like rush to the 10 zone. So I like had more time if I needed it, if I fell, but I think I should have just taken a little bit more time and really paid attention to my feet and really trusted them, because I just like bobbled off there because like it was like trying to rush the nail crimping, I guess I'll call it. I also just remember thinking like, why did I cut my fingernails like 3 days ago? Because they would have definitely helped a little bit, like crimping the edge here, but it might have also been like more dangerous for my fingernails, because like it might have ripped one off because I would be able to pull on it harder. And yeah, I rushed it a little bit and just slipped off the volume. No top on another one that I probably could have. And so I was getting kind of worried that I wasn't going to make finals, but you know, when I turned around and saw this one as my climb, I was super happy. This is like my style, and I was super excited to see this boulder, and you know, it has some of my favorite holds on it. Yeah, I'll just let the attempt play because it was pretty sick. This last move of the boulder was also probably my favorite move of the climb, because it has this like sick cut loose on one arm. And yeah, I was super excited to send this one, as you can tell, like right here, slap the wall. And yeah, that put me into finals in second place. On to finals. This right here, this black one, was my first climb, and I wasn't fully sure like what to do right when I came out, but I knew like the first couple moves where I had to do this like hard heel hook here, and like this big move up to this like slopey crimp. And yeah, but this finals format only had one zone, which I thought was kind of weird, because like why would you have day one with two zones, and then or day one with two zones and then day two with one zone? Like it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then this time I tried to like figure out the position better, and then I think that I wasn't able to like think as well on the wall this day. I don't know why. There's probably a little bit more pressure just because I knew there was a bunch of strong guys, and yeah, I just like couldn't fully think like while I was out on the mats. And like there's this big right foot or this big left foot over here that I just like didn't even try and use, just because like I don't know, I kind of got in my head, I guess, got a little nervous. But yeah, like I definitely think that I could have topped this one, but kind of like ran out of steam and out of time. Moving on to number 2. When I came up to this one, I knew I could definitely like flash to the zone, but then the top looked kind of like my anti-style, which is like very static and like foot tension intensive, which I'm not the greatest at. I'm more of a like dynamic and strength climber, and so like these big lock-offs here are not my type of move. So, and then this one was another one where it's like I still wasn't able to like think that well out on the mats, because like I pretty much just tried the same beta the entire 4 minutes, and I didn't even try to change it. And like later on, when I was sitting in the chair before I climbed my 4th boulder, and I was like kind of looking at this boulder, I realized that I probably should have like tried to go up right hand to the zone and then like come in and match. That way I'd be able to like get my foot up on the jug and then kind of go a little bit more statically. Because I think if I had done that move after the 10 zone, that I probably could have topped it. So yeah, kind of sucks that I didn't think of doing that, but these are the things that I need to improve. Moving on to the slab, I really wanted to kind of get my redemption from day one and do this slab because I definitely know I could have done like all these boulders in finals. It was just I made a bunch of mistakes, and yeah, but I really wanted to do this one or at least get to the zone. But like all these volumes were super slopey, and they were like definitely worse than the ones on day one. I feel like, especially with like black volumes, it's kind of hard to tell like how dirty they are. And yeah, this left foot here just felt like awful, and the left hand that you had was like basically nothing. It was just like a super slopey flat hold macro, and I think my first attempt was probably my closest. You had to do this like step up into the undercling, and I just kind of rushed it a little. And yeah, the beta you were supposed to do is kind of like once you get into that position where you're supposed to do the step up, you kind of like apply a lot more pressure with your left foot, and then maybe kind of like push on the right hand a little to stand up. But I think that I like mentally knew that their volumes were bad, and it was like affecting how much I would trust them. So it didn't help at all that I was like thinking that the volumes were bad, so it was making me not trust them, and that pretty much cost me. So yeah, and I really wanted to get this zone, so like I was trying to like use my fingernails on the edge again like the first one, but it just wasn't gonna happen. I just needed a lot more trust in my feet, which I just didn't have. Moving on to the last one, when I saw this one, I like didn't really know what to do, but I knew it was like this hard coordination climb, and this is another one where I kind of just, I don't know what I was thinking. Like I tried the same beta so many times, and like I should have done where after 3 attempts of trying the same beta, I should have changed it up, but it took me a lot longer to do that. And I kind of found this beta here where I tried to go for it just like one hand, and that felt a little bit better. And then yeah, I kind of figured out the like right and then right left swap with the feet, but it took me a little bit to get that going. And then I finally I was getting pretty close, so it took a second to brush it, and then I got this attempt here where I finally stuck the move, and then I like almost dropped the move to the zone, but it didn't really matter because it took me so freaking long to get to the zone. It took me 16 attempts, and then I just ran out of time and power. And yeah, so the top there cost me nationals. I was 1 place out, but yeah, I just had a bunch of chances to make it to nationals, and I just had way too many mistakes. And you know, I'll learn from all these mistakes, because like topping that yellow one would have put me in the nationals, getting the zone on, or topping just one of them would have got me into nationals, and then getting the zone on the slab with 0 tops, but getting all the zones would have put me in too. And yeah, I know I definitely like out of both of the days, I know that I could have topped at least 7 out of 8 of the climbs. I don't know about that green one from day one though. That's like not my type of climb, but I definitely should have had more tops. But you know, I'll learn from these mistakes and get better at executing faster and like thinking in stressful situations. And yeah, now it's time to lock in for lead nationals. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe.